All right, thanks again for staying with me on the show, TMI Monday, and trying to establish contact with guests joining us live from the UK, a member of the PDP Presidential Council, as a matter of fact, the Director of Strategy and Research, Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, who is a veteran broadcaster and, of course, a researcher, an academician, could just go on and on and on. But I'll save all of that for another day. Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, thank you for joining us on TMI this beautiful Monday morning. This crisis in EDO PDP has been on. Just when you think that the issue is being resolved, there's an escalation. Why is it that we have more of escalation rather than reconciliation since this issue broke out?
Because I think it's obvious that it is personalities that are causing this, and this is an existential threat to all Edo peoples. I pray to God that these persons who have been involved in leading this crisis, no matter how high they are, both of them or they are the ones who we should beg. But on a very serious note, we have a presidential election that is approaching. A presidential election that will properly place the Edo people in the scheme of things in Nigeria. That is why we have tried as much as possible to create a bridge between these persons. I am in the Presidential Council. I'm not involved directly in what is going on in those states per se. But the Commonwealth of Edo people is being threatened by this personalized, low-level personalized interest. That is why we have tried as much as possible to bridge the gap. Because one, Edo people must know that if they look behind the scenes, the persons who are involved or engineering this seeming crisis, none of them are on the ballot for 2023. That is key. And it is important that we appeal to them. But if we can't appeal to them, then we might have to find a way to bypass those narrow interests and put it in. Okay, let me give you an example. The Article Campaign Organization at the national level understands the enormity of what is happening in Benin. Edo State is a PDP state, a state with a PDP DNA. Even while we had an APC governor for 8 years, he kept winning the presidential primaries in Edo State. That is why we've always had 2 PDP senators and a PDP senator in the last part of Edo State, Edo South. Okay. A PDP senator since 1999 in Edo Central. So the Edo people are basically a PDP state with a PDP DNA. So about a couple of weeks ago, at a private meeting with His Excellency Iwaziri Adamawa, I'm his director of strategy, but his special advisor, which is the inner highest level, is Senator Zame. The Atiku Abubakar instructedly him, who may have no problem. In those days we used to say, I will campaign. That is what Uzame stands for. And we want him to stand as the beacon to bring together all Edo. Okay. Edo PDP, it will be a disgrace to our people if we allow the personalized interest of these seeming gladiators to ruin the larger polity. I keep telling our people, don't go and die for any politician, because when you are not there later, behind the sanctuary of locked doors, they will be mending fences. I had an encounter with Oshomole and Governor Baseki's 2 encounters with Isaiah should be a pointer to that. Okay. That behind the sanctuary of locked doors, these people have a commonality that is not taken into consideration the base common interest of every average Edo man. I will fight to make sure that these divides are amended, and it is important that we must. Each time I look at it, I weep.
Okay, Don Pedro, let me just pause you there. Don Pedro, let me just pause you there. this whole talk about reconciliation, isn't it a little bit too late? That's on the one plank. On the other plank, they talk that simple agreements that were reached, particularly as it relates to who becomes what, who takes what position, whether elective or appointed, were never, in a sense, respected. And that seems to be the genesis of all of these issues. And as it stands at the moment, if we're going by the declarations by the courts as it relates to the candidates of the party, is already in one direction. When you look at all of these, it reflects the fact that there were agreements reached that were not respected, and that bifurcated the PDP in Edo State into the old PDP, the ones they call the legacy PDP, and then the new PDP. Where we are now, isn't it a dead end as we speak?
Two things here. I will start by the first one. There is a popular saying that a day in politics is a lifetime. There is nothing too close or too far. And in terms of the agreement, and in terms of legacy PDP and the new PDP, I am caught in the paucity of both. I was in the old PDP, and I decided, because of the things that were going down in 2019, to join my elder brother, the governor. And so I had to join his campaign. And together we moved them back into the PDP. I'm one of those who engineered that. I won't lie to you. In fact, for us to clear the difference, the wahala that was going down, Senator Ozame was actually one of those who pioneered into the PDP. Whether he liked it or not, that is a statement of fact. Now, all those agreements they are talking about, I won't lie to you. I will not come in the public domain to begin to spew lies. Some of them are true. Those agreements, some of them are true. At least as are the one I am very well aware of. As are the one of June 2022 over the reconciliations in Abuja. I spoke extensively. Now, what I want to beg here is that too much water has passed on at the bridge. I am friends to both Ogedeyami and Matthew Oride. I'm sorry. And I think that these persons are persons of integrity. And these men of integrity can raise the bar by letting go some of these personal slights. You see? It's like the meat has been stripped. So let's not continue to hibernate and cry over the spilled milk. What benefits either side of the divide of the PDP in Edo State? If because of the continued machinations of these persons, either not respecting contract, bad handling of simple issues, bad leadership puzzles, what now happens if they allow APC and Nigerians have already wished away on the dung of yesterday? Election among private individuals and put the commonwealth of Edo people at peril. We must make Edo people understand that if they ride above this seeming na my leader be this, they may be able to extricate themselves from this lacuna that we have found ourselves. It is for me. We should just take the mantra of Uzame. I will campaign. Well, talk when he told me, do yours, I do mine.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yeah.
And that is the joker factor. For us, it is greater for Edo people based on the manifesto of Mr. Atiku Abubakar. So continue to avoid the PDP. The PDP has been the bastion of hope for Edo people, whether we like it or not. Our best legislators within our time have always been those from the PDP. We cannot now change it. And can we now doing new experiments like we did with Buhari? We did not know enough in 2015 and still where it's gotten us. So if we decide to be obediently obedient or obediently obedient, we have to be careful because I don't know competitive. Now need to have a cash for trouble.
Okay.
I am saying directly, I'm talking if it's possible without missing words. I wish I can appeal to Mr. Governor. I wish I can appeal to Mr. Vice Chairman of the party South South, that is Mr. Godwin Obaseki, and Chief Dan Osiobi.
Yeah.
That please, for the collective aim of achieving total success, because if the PDP does not win in Edo State, the collateral damage on the Edo people will be felt first by both of them, because both of them are the project holders and they are also the torch bearers of this party within the state. One is the governor, while the other one is the highest ranking party officer from our state.
Okay.
They have to find a way to create common ground.
Okay.
So as to stop the continued decimation of our people, and so as to stop the, how can you have, even among brothers, me and Godwin Obaseki, we've had our differences.
Okay.
But when it comes to the policy and the policy, I have stood by him.
Okay.
So it shows that it is possible that in spite of the angst between Dan Osiobi, the quintessential PDP man who had helped raise the mantra of the PDP in the state, and Governor Obaseki, whom the Edo people gave a resounding mandate on September 9, 2020, it is beholding on both of them.
Okay.
To forget all these little
differences,
Mephistophelian machination.
All right. All right.
And move our people forward.
Dr. Pedro, I want to thank you. I want to thank you very, very specially. I wish you had more time. We actually had more time, but we had a bit of a technical.
No, you have to bring me back.
Yeah, of course, we'll bring you back, Dr. Pedro. We'll bring you back, definitely. We'll bring you back. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Thank you so much, Dr. Pedro Obaseki. That has been Dr. Pedro Obaseki, the Director of Strategy, PDP Presidential Campaign, giving some insights into structures that need to be adopted and the pathway that needs to be taken to give a resounding resolution to the Edo PDP crisis. We hope that will come into fruition before the presidential election, which is just around the corner. That's our package for today on TMI Monday. Have a beautiful day ahead, and bye for now.